Are extrudes only for basic shapes? So extrudes are really powerful. From something as simple as these 3 sketches that you can give depth with an extrude, but it can be used to create pretty complex shapes. Like this video I did called One Secret to Improve Your Modeling. And I talk about looking at this design and how I used to think that this might be a sweep or a loft with additional features. And in fact, you can do this whole thing with extrudes and fillets. Pretty cool. What's the shortcut key for extrudes? All right, to do an extrude, find it on the Create menu right here. Once you close your sketch, you'll find this, or you can hit E for extrude to bring up the shortcut and then start extruding any of those sketches. What are the important steps for doing an extrude? Yep, so what you want to do is once you've sketched a shape, you take that shape or that object, that profile. I'm going to sketch this. I'm going to hit E for extrude and then select the profile or area that I'd like to give depth to. So in this case, I get to choose this outer profile, as well as I could include both, and then I'm extruding this solid. Over here on the side, some important things on this menu. Which side would you like to extrude? Right now it's defaulting to the top side of this sketch. If I were to come in and change this value to a negative, it's going to drop it down below. Now if I want to extrude both directions, I can do that with this 2 sides, and it allows me to do 2 different depths from that sketch profile. There's some other cool tools here we'll talk about in just a minute. Hit OK, and you've got that extrusion. How do I do complex shapes with extrudes? I love this example, this old example of an idler arm, because when I look at this, this looks very complicated. But what I need to remember is to break this down into simpler shapes. And the first thing I want to do is get rid of all cuts and fillets. So I want to do all my cuts and fillets later. And so if I were to do the solids, so first I just want to chunk this down into simple shapes. So this is a simple sketch with lines and arcs that I extrude. I do a circle and extrude that up. Another circle extruded from the side, extruded cut, a hole, extruded rectangle, extruded circle. I think you're getting the idea that with a series of sketches and extrudes, you can build very complicated shapes. Hey, I want to thank Ketiv for sponsoring this Fusion 360 Beginner Series. Ketiv is an Autodesk expert that helps people solve problems. That's whether you're implementing new Autodesk technology, moving engineering data to the cloud. Ketiv's a great resource for all things related to design and manufacturing. Check out their link below. Can I just drag the extrude handle? So when you're in an extrude, you have these arrows that you can drag up and down. Absolutely. You can control it numerically here in this box, or come over to the side dialog and fill it in, as well as just you can drag it freehand here as needed, or drag it to the other side or other direction. Is there a different command for doing cuts versus building solids? So in Fusion 360, once you do a sketch or you select a profile that you want to use for an extrude, the extrude, cut, and solid is the same command. So E for extrude, select it, and then what you're going to do is select the profile or the sketch that you want. So I've selected this profile. By default, it's wanting to add more geometry. So if I drag this out, it's adding more solid geometry. If I do that again, I select this profile, I can come in and choose cut. And now I can actually cut this back a little bit and hit OK. I can also, of course, come in and start a sketch, just like we've been talking about. We'll sketch a circle down here. And we could create a solid extruded cut. I'm going to turn the visibility on in my sketches so I can see it okay. And that's adding a solid. If I drag it through, it sometimes tries to intelligently guess at what you want. So it's switched to a cut because it assumes I'm wanting to remove geometry. Since I'm, putting geometry where there already is some, that's pretty intelligent. So I come over, I find cut, and that's removing geometry with the same sketch. Hit OK, and we've got our cut. How do I combine objects into one, and then how do I avoid it when I don't want them to combine or fuse into one object? When you're doing a second extrude where you already have existing geometry, if they touch, by default, when you hit extrude, I'm extruding this object down. Now, what it wants to do, what Fusion wants to do by default typically, is to join them together, and that will create one body because they're touching. And you do have the option of creating the geometry into a new body. Even though they're touching, there'll be two separate bodies. Or if you're working with assemblies, you could actually turn that geometry into a new component. I'll choose new body. So when you look up close, there's no edge that shows a corresponding difference between these objects and the geometry. And also, if I look at these bodies in the folder, you'll notice that I have a cylinder sitting by itself and I have a box by itself. Is a drafted shape always going to be a loft? Yeah, so when I look at a shape like this, where I have basically a rectangle that solves to another rectangle, in this case, there's this taper, right? And you absolutely could use a loft where you do a rectangle that solves to a larger rectangle. That's great. But with extrudes, you actually can create these kind of drafted or tapered shapes. All right, so I have one sketch, and what I'm going to do is hit extrude. I'm going to extrude this sketch up normally, and then I'm going to come over and find this option of taper. I can apply an angle. So if I do 45 or 35, it's tapering out, and then I could try negative 35. I'll taper it in, and that's giving me that similar look and design that we were just looking at. You can create these tapered shapes with extrudes. Why is there a symmetric extrude? Why not just use the two-sided extrude? So what if I asked you to create a rectangle or a square that's perfectly centered on the origin? Well, hopefully you've played with this rectangle called center rectangle. I'll click and drag that. And I'm going to hit tab so I can fill in both dimensions really quickly. So I've got a square and it's centered on the origin. So that's step one. The next step is if I hit extrude, it wants to extrude it one direction, and that means my plane will be right here on the side and not in the middle. To keep it nice and even or symmetrical, I can use the the direction type of symmetric. That will extrude both sides evenly, and in this case, I want to do 75 total. There's this measurement here. Do you want to design this box with the halves, so I know this value, or I know the total value? You get to specify how you want. I'm going to say 75, and there we're creating a cube. I'll hit OK, and now my origin rests in the very center of this design or of this object. And if I were to look at my planes, they're going to be sitting right in the middle of this, newly designed part. Now, if I go look at for, so what? Who cares? Why does that matter beyond just me asking you to do it? Sometimes you want to be able to create geometry all coming from a central place, and that leaves your planes right in the middle, which makes designing a lot easier. In the case of this idler arm, it's very easy if I have all my planes right in the center, because then I can do a plane in the middle and extrude out this cylinder both ways. I can extrude a plane, a circle coming up from that plane, and I can even extrude this shape coming out from that plane equally. So if you have a lot of objects that are coming out from a center kind of design, you can use your origin and your planes, keep that centered, and that's where symmetry can be especially helpful. What if my sketch plane's in the wrong place? Do I have to move it? Okay, so I've sketched this circle even with this face. And what I wanted to do instead was I want this circle to be sitting a little bit lower when it extrudes down and connects to this box. Now I could go in and move the sketch plane, or I can use the tool in Extrude known as Start and Extend. So let's look at starting, and that's how you can control where the extrude begins. By default, it wants to extrude right from where you sketch it from the profile plane. And what I want to do instead is I can choose to offset it. And in this case, I'm going to offset it by a few degrees. I'll say that it starts how about 5 millimeters lower? So -5, it's going to drop it down. The extrude doesn't begin until a -5 or 5 millimeters lower. I then want to extrude it down till it hits. I'm going to use the extents option, and that's where you get to control where this solves to or where it terminates. And I can do it by distance, or I could do all the way through or to the next object, or I can to a specific object if I wanted to specify. All or object would probably work the same in this example. And so it extrudes down and hits, but it started a little bit lower. Can you show me how the different extents work? All right, let's look at the extents. So if I hit extrude, I'm going to extrude up to this face. And first thing I want to do is distance. You can just type in a value, drag the handle or manipulator, or you can actually, I love this little pro tip for everyone, you can select a face and it'll extrude to that distance. It'll type in the value for you. If I hit this point, it'll bring it to that distance. I love this. I use that all the time. What I want to do is to object. And this allows me to select faces, so it'll extrude up to that face and solve it. So if that face ever moves, it will update to it. It won't be tied to a distance. That's a little more intelligent. If I'd like for this to kind of continue to solve against all these faces, I can do adjacent faces and it resolves. I love that. Now, one thing you can be aware of is the all command. It'll extrude till it hits. It looks really similar to the up to an object option, right? Now, where the differences lie is if this circle got way too big, much bigger than our object here, and I hit extrude, if I do up to a surface or up to an object and select this face, it solves it just fine. Now, when I use all, because this never terminates, it just keeps going and going, it doesn't know what to do with that. So because the all doesn't actually fully terminate against something, it won't solve. So good thing to be aware of in the differences between those options there. Do I always have to use extrudes, or can I just use sweeps and lofts? Totally. Use sweeps and lofts where it makes sense for you. Just keep in mind that you can solve and build a lot of complex geometries with extrudes as long as you're familiar with the tool and you know to do it in phases and steps for some of your designs. Hey, thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next video.